A very good afternoon, everyone. Today project is processes. It is prepared by Harsharan and Jason Singh. What we will discuss today: what is a hardware, what is a processor, its execution types, processing types, protection mechanism, and the references. Abstract. PC engineering is building discipline worried about the plan and development of processing frameworks at an intelligent dimensions. PC engineering courses dive into the structure of focal preparing unit parts, CPU, central processing unit, memory gadgets, gadget interchanges, and comparative subjects at the bit dimension, characterizing handling ways for individual rational gadgets that make basic 0 or 1 choices. On the off chances that you will be associated with the security part of the plan of the processing framework at the dimension, you would be all around encouraged to lead an increasingly intensive investigation of this field. The more intricate a framework, the less information it gives. The greater intimacy implies more territories for vulnerabilities exist and more zones must be verified against the dangers. So, hardware. What is a hardware? People use computer and programs to access. We must trust a path between subject and the object, and that part is a computer, which is a hardware. It is the gathering of physical components that compromises a PC computer. Few examples we use hardware in our every day-to-day life. For example, it's mouse, monitor, keyboard, computer, data storage, hard disk, anything that you can touch, motherboards. It's all physical things, tangible things. Sequential hardware prefetching in shared memory multiprocess. This paper identified with balance the impact of read mispunishment on processor usage in shared memory. Multiprocessor are few programming and equipped based information prefetching plans have been proposed. A noteworthy favorable position of equipment method is that they need no help from the software engineer or compiler. Successive prefetching is a straightforward equipment controlled prefetching procedure which depends on the programmed prefetch of back to back squares following the square that misses in the store in the way abusing spatial area. So this is the link. So now what is a processor? Everyone knows processor is in a computer is a chip which we use in a computer, even in our mobile phones which do multiple tasks. It is a co-component of a computer. A processor is the logic circuitry that responds to and processes the basic instruction that drives a computer. The four primary functions of a processor are fetching, decoding, executing, and writing back. So it's just a chip that governs all the operations and allow a computer to perform an intended task. Its components of processor are of CPU are ALUs, arithmetic logical units, control unit, and the registers. Operating system and compilers translate high-level programming language used to design software into assembly language that a CPU understands. A continued based non-interpretable multi-threading processor architecture. In this paper initially present the continuation-based multi-thread execution. I'll tell you what multi-thread is in the next slide. Model and processes engineering at the point gives multi-thread programming methods and the continuation-based for the clockwise programming reenchantment. They are adopting another strategy to build up a multi-thread processor, which is devoted to TLP. A processor named Fuse depends on the continuation-based multi-threading. A string is defined as a square of successively requested guidelines which are executed without intrusion. Each string execution is activated just by the occasion called continuation. So executions type. When processors were first introduced, they were huge. So now, nowadays, it's just a small thing and very powerful thing. As demand of the powerful processor increase, every processor company in the market is trying to build more powerful, more advanced processor. Users are demanding more advanced features which can enable great speed and manage multiple functions. For example, Microsoft Windows 8, 7, Vista, all like first we got that window, then it's software, but processor also expanded. It's also built more powerful, more faster. So there are few. Let's see the few examples, few things which we think it's same but has little bit difference. What is a multitasking? From its name, it means managing two or more tasks simultaneously. This term is used in modern operating systems when multiple tasks share a common processing resource. In multitasking, time sharing is best manifested because each running process takes only a fair quantum of CPU time. Multitasking system is able to juggle more than one task at any given time. Like multitasking, it was this. Now, what is multiprocessing? Multiprocessing operating system refers to the use of two or more CPUs. In multitasking, there were only one processor, but in multiprocessing, there are two or more CPUs, more processors within a single computer system. These multiple CPUs are in a close communication sharing that computer bus, memory, and other peripheral devices. These systems are referred as tightly coupled systems. A fine example of multiprocessing probably is the computer you have in your desktop right now. It is some time now that many processor chips have multiple cores, a multi-core. You have multi-core processors in your computer, dual core, quad core. The system are referred as tight. I'll give you the example now. And there are two types of multiprocessor: SMP, systematic multiprocessor, and MPP. We won't go brief, but just for the knowledge I'm telling you. Then it's multi-programming. What is a multi-programming? In a multi-programming system, there are one or more programs loaded in main memory which are ready to execute. It means when a one processor is done and saved, the next processor in line begin to process. The first program does not return to processing until all the other processes in the batch have been cleared to execute. Multi-threading. I'll tell you what is multi-threading. A multi-threading is an execution model that allows a single person to have multiple threads run concurrently within the context of that process. A thread is a self-contained sequence of instructions that can execute in parallel with the other threads that are part of the same process. All these threads of a process share its resource, such as memory, data files, etc. A single application can have different threads within the same address space using resource sharing. For example, a multi-thread operating system may run several background tasks such as logging files, multiple documents, managing a window at the same time. Processing types. What is the processing types? Security is the main concern of everyone these days, so computer must be designed so they do not accidentally disclose the information to an unauthorized person. There are a lot of high systems that control the processing of information assigned to various security levels such as unclassified, sensitive, confidential, secret, top secret. So what computer engineers have done, they have computer architects and security policy administrators have addressed the problem at the processor level in two different ways. It's a single state and then it's multi-state. Single state it required the use of policy mechanism to manage information at different levels. In this type of arrangement, only one security level can be handled at a time by processor and system when security administrator approves it. Suppose a system is labeled to handle only secret information, so all the user of that system must be approved by administrator to handle information. So if administrator won't approve, so user can't use that. In multi-state, these systems are capable of implementing a much higher level of security. They are certified to handle multiple security levels simultaneously. These systems are designed to prevent information from crossing between security levels. In this system, for example, in this system, one user might be using multi-state to process secret information while other may be accessing top secret information at the same time. So that's why it's very expensive. Protection mechanism. A computer has a lot of private data of users. So I'll just firstly give you this little bit introduction kind of thing. So while running computer has capability to access file and other data as user security permissions allow. So during runtime, it's important to integrate security information and control to protect the integrity of the system itself to manage which user are allowed to access specific data. The way in which runtime, in which it's running. So it has three. First is protection ring, then process states, and process time. Thank you very much. These are the references. This is a group contribution. Thank you very much.